Hello everyone, how are you? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be talking about how is it going my first week in the Hobonichi cousin and also my 2025 weeks, which everything is very exciting. But before that, let's just take a moment. Today is January 7 around 11 a.m. This week or this year has not started super great for me. As some of you may know, I have an ear infection from I think January 2nd. I saw already in my journal that I started to record some symptoms, that is one of the reasons why I love journaling, because you can see those little hints of what is to come. But I think January 2nd I said woke up with a strange feeling in my ear, and it developed into a very painful pain, like a painful itchiness. And Friday I went to the doctor and I do have an ear infection. I am guessing that today I should visit again because I finished my treatment and it doesn't really feel right still. It's swollen and itchy. It's not painful, but it's uncomfortable. So I think that today we will visit one more time to see what's going on. But yeah, a lot of things that I intended to do this week, last week, especially starting my year with yoga with Adrian, which is a challenge that I always participate in, and it's just 30 days or 31 days of yoga. Very nice, mild, calm yoga. But yeah, with an ear infection, it was not ideal actually to be upside down. So I decided to postpone it, I think maybe until the end of this week. And I will just do the 31 days, I guess until February. But yeah, I am very happy with this journal. Very, very happy. This is, I think, my 4th or 3rd year using a Hobonichi cousin, but I've never used the avec. I think all of the ones that I have back home are the whole year. So this felt very, very skinny, but also very nice, kind of much more manageable than the big size. And for the back cover, I put this printable from Susanna's Patreon, which is the 2025 calendar, and I thought it kind of went with the vibes of this cover here, kind of colorful, even though this one is a bit more colorful than the other one. So let's start with this journal. Nothing much happened here, just added a photo strip, even though it's not from this year, but still I wanted to add something. My contents page, so I've been with a very short sentence with a few words trying to summarize what I am talking that particular day. So for example, January 1st, welcome the new year. January 2nd, some Substack ideas. January 3rd, ear infection, right? So kind of a few words to reflect what I talked about. And I don't know if you can see it, if it's too far away, but I have some yellow dots. These yellow dots are information that I may want to go back to. So for example, some my newsletter ideas. This is something that I know I want to go back to and read it and see what I was thinking. Or I have a commonplace entry about Hendrik Curtens. I cannot even read my own handwriting. Kirstens, he's a photographer. So also, in case I want to go back to that entry, I put a yellow dot. And when it's more about personal feelings or just reflections of my own, I don't think I'm gonna put any yellow dot, because I don't think I am going to really go back to those entries as often. But yeah, it's going well. I'm thinking on here tracking my sleep. So yesterday, very excitingly, and I'm gonna show you, I got an Apple Watch. And right now I'm using to see what I'm filming, which is the main reason why I wanted the Apple Watch, because I want to know what I'm filming, because many times I've been filming in like 0.5 or 2.0 and I have to restart. So I want it for this reason, but also it tracks sleep, and I think it tracks it well and in detail. And as I've mentioned in a few of my videos before, I have not been sleeping well. I have been suffering from interrupted sleep, let's put it that way. So I think this may be good for me to know how am I doing with my sleep. But also I'm debating, because I don't know if I want to sleep with the watch all the time on my wrist. So let's see if I figure it out. But yeah, that is a good a way to track my sleep, maybe. And then the monthlies. So the monthlies and the weeklies in this planner I'm not really concerned about. This is a planner that I call Slow Life. So this planner stays at home, or this journal just stays at home. It doesn't come with me anywhere, and actually I do not work from home. So from 9 to 6 I'm at work, and then I don't know, I'll come back home 7, 8 depending on the day and my plans. So I don't open this notebook until 8 p.m. 9 p.m. So all the important information cannot be here, because I want to see it, right? And I can lose track and forget things. So all that important information that I need to look back at it or reflect on it or do something about it is going to be in my weeks. And this is going to be a journal for reflection and musings and observations. I do track a few things, like the videos that I am posting or planning, when I meet with some friend, my doctor's appointment, and birthdays, because sometimes during the day I'm very busy to call with that person, and we may have also a 8-hour time difference. So of course when I'm at work, it makes it very difficult for me to just quickly call them and congratulate them. So when I'm, at home and I'm sitting down, I may see, hey, oh yeah, it was my friend's birthday and I didn't call her, so I may call her now. It's a good way for me to, not to forget about the people that I really care and their birthdays. And this line here is just my extra days off. So apart from my regular days off, I may have some extra days off during that month. So I will just reflect on that too. Nothing much, like this is not for planning, so I don't really put anything beforehand. And then the weeks. So this is very much inspired by Elle from the Common Corner. I am not sure if I'm going to keep up with it or not, because I think I've mentioned in a few videos, or I'm not sure, but I am not a vertical planner. I don't like the vertical weeks. I don't know, my brain doesn't work like that. I cannot make it work for planning. And I know that a lot of people do journaling, memory keeping, something they are grateful for. That's all good, but also I do not want to spend like a long time on my planners every day, because I have other hobbies and I also want to be present in other things. So I do not want to spend lots of time a day in the planner. And I also do have my weeks, which I use for memory keeping. And as I've mentioned before, I find memory keeping quite tedious. So that's why the Hobonichi Weeks works so well for me, because you just can memory keep in 3-4 lines. 6 lines maximum is what I can fit. And it's good, it's enough. And if I need more space because something very exciting happened or something very upsetting happened and I need more space, I will go to the back pages or the daily pages here. So I don't really need this for memory keeping. And also, I don't know how you guys do it, but I hate writing in these tiny columns, like changing lines so often. messes my brain. I do not like it. I like to write a little bit longer than that, maybe like half. So I decided to try, like I said, like Elle does, blocking time to see how I allocate my time, how do I spend time, and where I want to be spending my time. The only thing is, like, it makes me very sad when I see that, you know, majority of my day is at work. It's very upsetting. So I don't know. This green color, which the colors I still want to change, but you know, not very important right now. This greenish color is for work. The red ones is for social things that I'm doing. But for example, Wednesday I spent the whole day with my partner, you know, hanging out, doing things, being at home, ordering food, you know, watching series and movies. And I do not want to, oh my god, there's so many ambulance and police cars today, it's crazy. I don't want to block the whole day with the red, so I just like wrote a little summary, like spend the day at home, call with my family, and got what seems to be an ear infection, or is it just swollen? But it was an ear infection, in fact. So, you know, this is good for me to see that, so already on January 1st, I was starting to notice that my ear was swollen. So, yeah. And, you know, it was snowing these days, so it's good for that. But again, I don't know if I am really going to keep up with it or not. You know, yesterday we had a date and I got the Apple Watch. And then today I wanted to film this new video and edit the video, even though I uploaded on Saturday, but it's very busy for me during the rest of the days. And Saturday and Sunday I do work. My days off are Monday and Tuesday. So it's better for me to edit today than any other day. And some important things that I wanted to do this week, right? So as I said before, I want to start a newsletter. So I want to have a welcome post before posting my highlights of the month, which is basically what I'm gonna do. Just post highlights of the month with book reviews and things that I've read or things that I've watched and places I've been that I may want to recommend. So in case you live in Seoul or are you know, planning on traveling to Seoul. But yeah, I want to say like hi, hello before that. So I'm planning on writing it around this week and uploading it next week if things go well. So yeah, this is good for that, to see where my time is. Also, I want to really study Korean this year. This is my biggest goal. My goals for this year is just all personal projects, like focus on personal projects. One being health, because it's been rocky to say the least. Rocky health and studying, right? So, and like YouTube and newsletter, like things that bring me joy, like creating things that bring me joy. But also I want to focus on health and studying Korean. So I want to also have a color for when I'm studying Korean, and I want to see that color at least 3 times a week. That's my main goal. So today is study day. And yeah, this is my idea. It can change, it can morph, but right now I do not, oh my god, another. How many? I do not envision myself using this for gratitude journaling or anything like that. I don't think so. But yeah. But you know, I do not really worry too much about it. They're here. If they serve me, it's good. And if they don't, I didn't buy this planner for the weeks. I bought it for the daily pages and the overall aesthetics. So there we go. This is how it looks. This is the first spread of the dailies. Let's go to this cover. I did this with you, or showed to you how I kind of decorated this first page, like welcome January page. I wrote here the Wheel of Fortune because I decided that I'm going to draw one tarot card a month. I don't do tarot every single day or often, let's say, but I'm very interested in the stories and imagery of the cards. I think, like, as someone that loves literature and loves metaphors and imagery, symbolism, is very interesting to read about the cards. And I don't use tarot for future prediction. I think tarot is a good, hey, why don't you reflect on this? Why don't you take a step back and sit yourself and think about this topic, right? How it approaches, or how can you think about it related to your life. So I really like that, and I think I've shown my tarot before, but let me show you the card. This is my tarot, and I will try to find the name of it, because the tarot, traditionally someone needs to buy you your first deck as a gift, and my dad gave it to me as a gift, so I cannot really remember the design, but yeah, this is the Wheel of Fortune. So I just kind of wrote a little bit about the things that resonated with me, and I spent a lot of time like looking at the images and seeing everything that is featured in this card, not only the meaning. So yeah, I thought it was fun to put it here, and at the end of the month go back and see how I may have drawn some meaning from it. And then I have my habit tracker, which is for the yoga challenge. Again, very empty right now because I haven't even tried to start the challenge because of my ear. So when I get better, I will start, and I will just count from the day actually, or from the first, I'm not sure. Let's see how I do it. And then the first page. So let me introduce you to my spread, how I want to approach these pages first. So I want to have a box here at the top with a mood track. So a mood tracker. These stickers are from the Circus Boy Band, which is a Korean brand. So I'm not sure if you can find it online or not. But yeah, Circus Boy Band. And it comes with 3 or 4. It comes with a lot of faces, and they're all the same faces. So I just chose the ones that I think represented me better those days, but some are difficult to, I don't know, these ones are more like, don't talk to me, I'm tired kind of mood. But I think they're very cute, so yeah. Kind of mood tracking. Then the timestamp, so the time that I sat down and opened this book and set up my day. So this day was 11:45. The degrees, 4 degrees Celsius. Like the weather, it was sunny, rainy, snowy, Then the city I'm in, either if I'm in Seoul, if I am back home, I may be traveling. And then once I know the city, is like where, like geographically, where am I? So in this case, I was at home, and a little bit of a kind of situation, like home. We woke up late after celebrating New Year's, so 2025, the welcome, like the beginning of 2025. So yeah, kind of like that. And my main idea for this journal was to have a picture a day. But this picture does not have to be taken by me. It could be a picture that I have seen and I'm interested in, and I want to know more about that. Could be a picture taken by someone else, like a friend, and they send it to me and say, hey, look, I found this, I thought about you, something like that. It could be a picture from commonplacing, a book that I'm reading, a cover, whatever. Or it could be a picture taken years ago. If you have Google Photos, like they will tell you this picture was taken this day in 2019, and it may be something very nice and something like, I don't know, that you want to look back, nostalgic. So, it could be, or taken that day, or taken that week, So in this day, we celebrated New Year's Eve. So actually it was the the 31st to the 1st. And in Spain, and I think in other maybe South American and I don't know, places that we have sadly colonized, have the tradition of eating grapes. So in Spain, we have the tradition as a countdown. We eat 12 grapes. Each grape symbolizes one month of the year. So you eat 12 for good luck. You have good luck for all 12 months. If you eat only 6, you may have good luck only for the first 6 months, right? So kind of the tradition goes something along those lines. And I am not someone that really likes traditions, but this one is very dear to me because I think it's fun. I think it's very fun to do it with your whole family. Everyone is choking, you know, you're drenched in grape juice, and it's very fun. So it's something that I have brought with me from Spain, and my partner and I have been doing it for 3 years now. But this day, so we wanted, our plans got suddenly cancelled for New Year's Eve, so we decided to go on our own, and we went to a very busy neighborhood of the city, and then we couldn't even get drinks. Like, it was that busy, we couldn't get drinks anywhere. So after dinner and after a few drinks in a very, very quiet pub that we found, we decided to go home, but we really miscalculated time, and it hit 12 when we were just arriving to our station to get home. So we sat on a bench, and I had the grapes with me in my bag because I thought that maybe we would eat them in a, I don't know, bar or somewhere. But we ate them basically at the subway station, and my partner had the countdown and I just now had the grapes. But we were so I don't know, it was so fun, but we didn't even count because we had the 24 grapes all together, so we forgot to count how many I ate and how many he ate. But I don't know, it was such a dear moment. So what I do is I put the picture, and then I put a little how do you call this in English? In Spanish it's like leyenda, right? Like a little summary of what is happening in this picture, and also why am I featuring this picture, why is this picture in my notebook right now. So kind of like that, and I decided to do it in another color. So right now I'm using Robert Auster's Ice and Fire, something like that. It is very Robert Auster's, what is it, Fire and Ice, this one, Robert Auster's Fire and Ice. So it's the one that I am using right now for this little summary of the picture. And then here I just reflected on what I want from New Year's for 2025, right? And this dot means this is basically my own journaling, right? So I have a yellow dot for personal thoughts, a green dot for commonplace, and a orange dot for list. So yeah, then this is the second and the third. So on the second, I was already feeling sick. I filmed this, I started writing here on at 7 p.m. It was -1, it was very cold, and I said I was on the couch after work with a very painful ear. And I just kind of gave a brief summary of this is where I am right now. I am feeling sick, I am kind of tired, but I wanted to record this day. And the picture that I chose was one taken the previous day. January 1st was very calm, so I sat down for a long time, and I was at my desk, and I pulled the tarot card, and I had some incense burning, and my partner was calling his family, so I had this time for myself. And I just kind of reflected on that, how good that this day felt. So this is kind of what it says. And then completely misspelled this. This is how sick I was. All of it is completely misspelled. But yeah, this is my Substack ideas, and I didn't bother to put a C here. I was like, whatever, I'm over it. I'm over this day. I'm just gonna go to bed. And just like some title, like names, ideas, and goals for it. So yeah, and this is a list, right? So you just put it on orange dot. Then Friday I did go to the doctor, so I started logging here at 9 p.m, so much later. And yeah, it was confirmed it's an ear infection. Like, he even showed me pictures. Not nice, not really nice to see. And then this is very nice. So allow me to dive into this a little bit. But I was reading a Substack by Drink Books, and it was the entry called A Year in Review. And this person, I can't remember their pronouns, but this person decided to move on 2024. And they were talking about how difficult and disorienting it can feel to have two home base. Like, you have your, family home, and then you move across the globe to somewhere completely different, and then all your books, all your precious things, items probably are back home, right, very far away from you, and you just want to feel connected to them, like by osmosis, get that knowledge even if you're so far away from them. And sometimes it's very disorienting not having your own things, because this is a voluntary displacement. You decide to move by because you want, right, which is a privilege on itself. But anyway, it can feel very disorienting at times, and this is something that I experience quite a lot, especially when I go back home and I have shelves and shelves and shelves with books, and my notebooks, my TN notebooks that someone asked me for a flip through, they are under my bed in my childhood home, 14 hours by plane from here. So it feels very like disorienting at times. So I wanted to reflect on that. And because I was thinking so much about books, about what I want to create this year, I decided to put this printable by Susanna once again, and just kind of say, hey, I've been thinking a lot about these things this day. And now I'm gonna pause for a little drink, because I'm still feeling sick. Okay, I think I'm losing my voice. I may be more sick than I thought. So these days, I was feeling still off. I started journaling at 8, and we started to watch this Norwegian series about La Palma, which was about the volcano eruption that happened in 2021. Was it 2021 in Spain? I mean, I didn't like the series, to be honest. But my partner was curious about it, so we watched it. But yeah, I was journaling while we were watching that, and I started reading a new book. So a few videos ago, I told you that I was gonna start reading this book by Elena Garro, which is about magical realism, or within the style of magical realism. However, when I'm sick, I find it very difficult, and I don't know if it happens to you guys too, but I find it very difficult to read when I'm laying down. And when I'm sick, I lay down a lot. So I find it very uncomfortable, and it's heavy. So I do read on my Kindle better when I'm sick. So I came across this book on a podcast that I really love in Spanish, and which is called Tras los Libros, which is a book podcast. And they were recommending this book, which is called Miss Iceland. I think it's Miss Iceland, by an author that I hardly can pronounce the name, so I will just write it here. And the Spanish cover is stunning. It's this photograph by Hendrik Kerstens, which is a photographer from the Netherlands. However, the UK and American edition is awful. Like, it gives you totally different vibes of what the book is about. So I will just put them side by side. They look like completely different books. I think the cover design is so interesting for the American edition or UK edition. I'm not sure which one it is, but it's so bad. I'm so sorry, but it is bad. However, I find the Spanish edition so captivating, and I wanted to learn more about the photographer. So basically, it is a photographer from the Netherlands that wants to recreate like these all masters, like painters, with portraits of his own daughter. And the daughter is very she changes through times, like 3 years. You can see her as a young girl and then, becoming an adult, a woman. And I think it talks about like female objectification, how as she grows up, she's taking a little bit of more power of these pictures. Like she is inquiring you, the viewer, with her eyes. And the pictures are very nice. The photographs are very nice. So I spent some time researching and looking through his catalog, which was very interesting. And the book also I'm really enjoying. So it is about Iceland in the 60s, a girl that wants to be an author. Actually, the Spanish title is La Escritora, which is like the writer. She wants to be an author, but everyone surrounding her, wants to put her into these boxes. You are going to be a mom and you're going to be a wife, and you have all these men trying to seduce her, gain her attention, and she just wants to write. And she has a very interesting friend that writes a journal. She's a young mom and she feels very lost in the role of motherhood, and she writes her own journals about things that she sees and things that she hears and the things that people don't say and the things that people don't see or don't do. And I think those passages are very, very interesting, especially if you like journaling. But don't judge this book by the UK and American cover. Don't do it. I don't think, I don't know, it looks like more of a romance book, and it is not. It is totally not a romance book. So yeah. And then next day, it was snowy day. It was a snowy day, so I woke up and I said this picture was taken on January 5th at 8:03 before taking the subway to go to work, which basically I took this picture before going to work. And I reflect on, I talk about like, I want to be home. I want to be reading and watching snow fall from my window. I don't want to go to work right now. That's basically my reflection. And on here is just a small poem, or small part of a poem by May Sarton, to welcome the year. And finally, yesterday I was feeling better, so we did go out and I finished The Garden Against Time by Olivia Lane. It took me 2 months to finish the book, so I think I featured that book on my first video, maybe. But it took me 2 months because I did a lot of research and I paused a lot and checked things. So yesterday I finished and I was so happy, and something so strange happened. But as I finished the book, I went on Instagram and Olivia Lane had uploaded a story. So I clicked on it and it was a picture of their garden. And I thought it was like so serendipitous, I don't know. So I decided to print the picture and talk about that, and how gardens have become something that I am so interested on, because I never, I do not own a garden. It's not quite common in Spain to live in a house. You also live in apartment blocks, so we don't usually have gardens usually. And I've never been like too interested, like I was not curious about them. But I read about gardens in it was May Sarton's books, also Alexander Chee's How to Write an Autobiographical Novel. He has this beautiful chapter about a rose garden that he creates in one of his New York apartments, and I still think about those chapters. So somehow gardens has become something very something that I'm very much attracted to. So I wanted to put that picture here. And yes, so I got the Apple Watch yesterday. Also in Spain was another gift giving day. Is it the Three Kings, the Three Magic Kings Day? I'm not sure. But yeah, it's been 3 years since I've celebrated the Three Kings, which is not really common holiday in a lot of different parts of the world, but in Spain, which I love, Christmas goes until January 6th. So it's longer and it feels very nice. So I decided to just give myself something that I wanted for a long time, that I've been thinking for a long time. So we went yesterday to Apple and just right away, 10 minutes, got it. And this is today. So I wanted to start journaling, but I was getting a bit moody somehow. I was getting in a really funky mood. So I decided not to journal. But yeah, at 10:02, it's -5. Today it's cold. It is sunny but cold. And we are at home and I was watching the Three Body Problem. So yeah, well, and my partner too. We started the Three Body Problem yesterday, I think. So today we were watching while eating breakfast one more episode. But I was getting a bit upset about things. I don't know why, but I just getting in this weird mood. So I decided to take a step back and close my book and breathe and drink some tea and film this video. So yeah, this is how it's going. Oh my god, the English today is not really Englishing. But yeah, I'm really enjoying it. And actually, like, I don't feel much pressure to fill the pages. I do put a lot of big pictures and big decorations because I don't want to write. So this way is working well for me. Of course, we will see what happens, but so far it's good. And my Hobonichi Weeks is going, as always, very nice. I think I'll do a quick flip through, even though I showed it before. But yeah, I am really enjoying these pages. The paper feels different. It sounds different. Sometimes I'm not happy about how it writes, but I'm just getting over it. I haven't reflected here yet about how I was not expecting to start the year sick. Because I don't usually get sick. Like, I don't get colds or the flu that often, but I do get sick, like, differently, like ear infection, swollen knees, things like that. So yeah, not happy about that. And this is this week. So far, I just decided to put some magic in my life with these magical cats, because I feel like I need some magic this week. And yeah, that's it. Like, I didn't really do much, just my one single book finish this year, 2025. And yeah, that's all. Very much enjoying the Hobonichi cousin right now. I like to have this time to think, like, wider, longer, bigger. But also, again, I don't really journal about my day that much. I may reflect on things that I have thought and observed during this day or previous day, but I do not really usually talk in depth about feelings and stuff like that, because, as I said many times, not something that I really do enjoy that much. But yeah, this is all for this week. Please let me know, what do you want to see next week. I am not sure what to film next week, but if you have any ideas or suggestions, it cannot really be a flip through of my old journals because I do not have them with me. But if you have any other suggestion, then I would appreciate it. And yeah, I hope you guys had a beautiful day and a beautiful start of the year, maybe a little bit better than mine. But anyway, let's not really focus on that. Let's focus on getting healthy, getting better, and getting stronger. That's my goal this year, getting stronger. So yeah, I will talk to you very soon, and goodbye.